we think. We believe some special things, features to that list, and currently we are working on that list. Soon we will start prioritize it and making a final list of features, and we just want to make something crazy about project management systems.
So why do you think no one's been successful? Why do you think that no one else has been successful solving this problem?
Because
like Basecamp, Asana, you know, everyone has tried. Like, why haven't they been able to
you know, they have a piece of fun, not a lot of fun. We want to completely diversify this direction.
The only problem is that every software developer in the world has tried always two things to do. First buy software, and second is dating service. You can imagine why. So the problem is like, yeah, definitely like, even my team was doing our own like project management system, but we was not developing into the next phase. So the first thing is like sort of like zillion similar things around.
Yeah.
And zillion is too
They
low.
all suck.
I'm not sure actually. I love Asana now.
Asana, yeah, we're using Asana.
To be honest, so the main thing is like, you know, like, oh man, how you can be different, you know? What's your focus on? There's like so many challenges first of all.
Yeah, I know. It's
So,
not
so
so easy.
can I add in? Because I just have a lot of very recent experience. I have a team here in Ukraine, and so recently I was we use Scrum, and I went through all the available Scrum project management systems, trying to find the one that to use. And number one conclusion: they all suck. Number two, I couldn't find a good one, so we settled on Pivotal Tracker as the best. But everybody complains, and everything else we tried, everybody complains. So there's nothing actually any one of us likes fully. The key insight is that there are a lot of systems that almost get it right. They're like 95% there, and they're missing the 5%, and that 5 makes it so difficult to use them that they don't work for the team. So one key insight for you is you really have to pay attention to the small details.
What do you think? What do you mean?
Like for example, Pivotal Track, a great system. The one feature it's missing in grouping, in a hierarchical grouping of tasks into stories and stories into features. It's trivial. It probably takes like 3 days for engineers to build. It's number one most requested feature on their user community. Has been for 3 years. They have completely ignored the users, and it's mind-boggling why they do it. But the point is, it's tiny and it's very important, and that's why we didn't use this system. So I'm paying like 3 times the price of Pivotal Tracker just because I couldn't get what I needed in Pivotal Tracker.
Okay. What about a project management system built based on Farmville or any other kind of social game?
What's the purpose?
It's business, you know.
It's the end of the day.
It won't work for business,
Is to make a project, to build a system, to do something. I don't want to play
But I think the biggest challenge is indeed, will people use it? And will people love to use it is actually a question. You know? Like, actually, okay, to be honest, we are almost in the same system. Like, we in CRM fields, there are like 1,000 and zillion CRMs. But still we have now, like, we are growing quite well, and we was choosing one specific thing, your pipeline. That's the way it is. And there's no way, same way in high-rise, people asking, please, add pipeline. They don't do that. Lucky us. So, and we was adding also languages and so on. So I think that indeed, if you will pick one specific thing, which is very good, you know, for, I don't know, for some companies, or maybe you will choose some sector or whatever, like project management for not only software companies, but some other, I don't know.
For outsourcing companies, for instance.
Yeah, actually on that point, that's really big, right? Because if you think about Basecamp and what made them successful, probably a variety of things, but one thing is they focus on a very specific stage of business. And the reason people don't like Basecamp is because if they do well and they grow outside that stage, the system becomes very unwieldy. So for you guys, maybe one thing to think about is, you know, what is the exact company size or industry or workflow solution that you're going to focus on, and you solve that one little problem, perfect. And that also then solves the second question I was going to ask, which is, once you have this, given all the noise in the space that we talked about, how do you introduce it in a way that people actually find it, number one, and then buy it, number two? But one way to solve that is just by having an incredibly targeted solution. Like, for instance, if you had the best project management system for social game development, which is a huge space right now, right? So then you're selling tools
That's interesting.
to that space. maybe that's your,
I mean, to concentrate on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Estonia, there's one company who are making software for lawyers. Very specific thing, you know. They
There are
have
a lot of lawyers.
so you see, so they are demanding that say software has to be whatever in their computer and so on, so on. But they are doing it best, and nobody can beat them because they have done it like 4 or 5 years. And in Estonia, like 80% of the all law companies using them. 80%. They haven't somehow pulled it into other markets, but just giving you idea. And because you know, in this case, you have to be very punctual about timing. You know how much time you are billing and so on and so on. So they have built very great one, and it's they also very profitable because in this sector people have money.
There is, yeah.
And you know, guys, I think Brad went onto something. He asked you, why is it that so many have been created and none of them are really successful
Yes.
and really good? It just might be that the real problem is that each company's, each team's process is a little different.
Yeah.
And so because none are exactly the same, each one wants a little different system.
Yeah. So
And
some
so
customization.
there is no one right system for the majority of the market.
Yes.
and to that point, even at the individual level, like say you have a team of 5 people, each of those,
What's
each
something
person
different?
is gonna want something slightly different. So when you evaluate this as a team, which is important,
It like
They usually fall
individual
down.
profiles
Yeah.
for free users. Yeah, it's interesting.
Also, we have a few killer features. You.
Few. Really only one.
For example, one, when you put bug, open new bug, it
bug
can
report, yeah.
automatically
fix the bug.
It's killer feature. So they're ready. No more talk.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I'm a user. Stack Overflow or in other maybe
To
kind
yeah,
of discussion
it's
your
some kind of
problem
problem, yeah.
automatically and
We show you a pop-up that 50 people met the same problem. Just take a look.
you can see
how this
maybe
solved, yeah.
your problem not unique there, and you can see discussions before. And also, I know many programmers have a problem like to be stuck when you try to solve some problem and you stuck and you go to Twitter read the news. Many programmers have same problem. And we can click button I'm stuck, and any developers who is free can come and discuss with you this problem. It's simple, but no one, any team, I know, isn't any team using this. So we can, and new approach. We have new approach.
Yeah, and it could be that a feature like that to some specific piece of the market
Yes.
would be
Yes.
incredibly valuable. And so it
Web
goes back to the
development.
finding,
Soft development, web development.
Yeah, but this is the problem with software development. Every software developer wants to do the same thing, you know, and it's so crowded. That's the point. If you choose a sector which is like not software developers, you have competition is less. That's my point. If you are choosing,
just easier.
yeah, or actually try to think about like definitely like whatever the companies who are building caves or whatever. This is the thing what has been happening or booming in last year, you know. And most likely they hasn't still done that, I don't know, but just giving you ideas.
yeah, I mean, just to double click on that, like think about the business model here. You're selling tools, right? So you want to find a market that's taking off, ideally a market that has funding either because it's profitable or because there's a lot of investors, and then sell them tools. And gaming and social gaming in particular is an example of one of those markets.
Yeah.
By the way, I see that even for investors that are not any cool tool for risk management, is it? Because Angel Soft is actually sucked, as I know.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And we actually speaking with Angel List to integrate our software.
Yeah.
And so it's also, yeah, true that because, you know, just giving you ideas that, you know, even for investors that are not cool tool at the moment, which is surprising.
Yeah.
But
Basically, it would be like a specialized. This would be a little different, more like a specialized CRM
yeah,
tool
but it's,
for investors to manage their investment.
manage
plans.
that,
but just, you know, giving you ideas when there's some surprising sectors which are like, which seems so unlogical, you know, like
Yeah.
how it can be, you know. It would be first thing what to do, you know, go to this sector because you can have investors and so on and so on. But anyway, yeah, just pick your battle now, where you're actually doing, because at this moment you should try to already, like, you should have something ready, so you're really behind your schedule, because tomorrow,
Yeah, we know.
okay, so
Because-
you
because
can
we
sleep,
have an idea.
you can sleep any hour, I think so, now, from this point on.
Thank you. I think we will have a pilot here today.
Any other questions?
No, thanks.
Is
Alright,
main feature is that simple system? Is it main?
Yeah, but you know, the
It's
biggest
simple.
challenge is that simple is always that people want to have extra features, and how you can still keep it simple and add whatever it is 5% and 5% and 5%. That's the challenge.
Yeah. Everyone loves Asana so far because it's very simple.
No, I don't love. I love it. It should be like that.
Yeah, but it might, well, like in 12 months they might add like
Same way as usual.
and,
you know.
and destroy
And
everything.
they have built it like 1 year or even
Yeah.
more, you know. So it was in private beta at least 1 year. And still, you know, so they get like, yeah, Asana was in private beta like 1 year, I think so. Before they opened publicly like 1 month ago.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yes.
30 million bucks.
Thank you.
Yeah, but